Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. Before we get into today's reading, I have an announcement. After this week, those of you looking for personal readings, I'm going to either extend the turnaround or reduce the slots. Could be both. I'm not sure yet because this morning my job called me. I have to go back to my day job. So, yeah. But that's not until after this week. But I don't really have any more openings because like I told them, you know, I can't just come to work. I have other things I'm working on. Like with personal readings, I'm booked until at least Friday. So yeah, I'll let them know. But yeah, so I'm going back to my day job and I'm still going to be keeping up the channel. I'm still going to be doing personal readings. It's just now I don't have as much free time as I did before after this week. So we're going to work around it. Just bear with me as we work through it all. Yeah. Now, today's reading. It's going to be surprise gifts or blessings coming in soon. So we just want to see what's coming in, what's good coming in. I know my last reading had some heavy energy in it. Everyone did not take kindly to it, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Yeah. So surprise gifts and blessings coming in soon. Let's pick our piles. We've got pile 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I'll give you a moment to meditate on your pile. If you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile 1, surprise gifts or blessings coming in soon. So this is a very confusing pile for me because there's just so much secrecy here energetically. And it took me a while to capture the general energy. Like I kept seeing dozens of flashes, like tidbits of energies. So that's interesting. One thing that's very clear though is if you look at the middle, you have milk and honey and the 4 of Wands. So there's a very clear celebration coming in for you. There's just a lot of confusion on how you'll get there. Like I feel like something's missing, okay? Honestly, y'all, I'm so confused and caught off guard just trying to get these messages. So if you don't like surprises, I am so sorry because this gift or blessing will be so shocking to you. Like it's something completely unexpected. You've got the Tower card and then you have the never-ending story in reverse. You've got Judgment. So a cycle is closing and something is going to be revealed in a very aggressive and shocking way. Now it is very positive energy, but nerve-wracking and surprising at the same time, especially with that 10 of Wands. So it's something you want, but it's also something that you need. Like, I don't know if you've consciously wanted this thing, but it's definitely something you're going to want. Obviously, this is surprise gifts and blessings. So you like blessings. It's not anything dark or underhanded. That's not the energy, even though there is a lot of secrecy here. But I feel like it's taking a lot for me to cut through this energy because this is a person that's lurking. And I heard the word working just now as well. And they do not want me to ruin this surprise. Like this person is for real. Like they are seriously lurking, okay? And it's not just the energy I'm picking up on. If you look at the cards, like you have the Observer, you know, watching something. Then you have, look at that Seven of Swords, which is always someone sneaking and lurking. Then you have the Self card. Look at that shadow figure all the way to the left. Narcissus is mystery. You got the shapeshifter with his Michael Myers looking self. Yeah, I mean, and the unseen. That's so much secrecy with this person, and it is a very specific person, whether you know them well or not. But it's not scary, I promise, but I just don't know who that is. So again, positive energy with milk and honey and the Four of Wands, like something, a surprise, like something celebratory is coming in. Okay, so this is either a person that's secretly watching you, secretly planning, working on something related to you, or both. So if you look at that Seven of Swords, that person's juggling something in the Two of Pentacles that's going to truly shake you up with that Tower card, but in a good way. So, and I see juggling as in an extra project, which again is either watching or working on something for you. This could and will be a romantic situation for some of you, but others it won't be. And again, this person isn't being shady in a bad way. I have no idea why they're being so secretive. Like I said, maybe it's just a surprise they're planning for you, or if it's someone new, maybe they're just watching you and they're observing you from afar until they can get the energy to come towards you. But it's not that they're trying to be misleading, because I know you can mistake it for that energy with the shapeshifter energy, but that's not really the energy I'm getting at all, because especially you still have, again, that Narcissus card, then you've got Truth Be Told and Judgment. So there's a lot of clarity coming in, a lot of honesty surrounding this person. It's just they're lurking for some reason. And this person is coming out of the shadows soon to reveal whatever the surprise is. They're very close to it, because you're very close to achieving your goal. That card is there. So they're very much so coming out soon. And if this is someone you know, they're still going to bring in something new, like a new gift, a new surprise, a new opportunity or offer or something like that. If this is a new person, like if this is someone you don't know or just someone you barely know, this will likely, but again, doesn't have to be a romantic gesture or an offer, because you have be bold and make the first move, and you also have the Ace of Cups. So this could be someone that has a crush on you that's going to come forward and express that romantic interest in you, or it could be anything, any type of offer. I'm getting a very specific message. I actually love this. So if this is you, let me know. Some of you have an acquaintance or someone that's like a quote unquote friend. Doesn't have to be romantic. A lot of you, it isn't. But it's someone that you don't know very well, but you always talk to them when you see them. So like I said, like it could be, oh, I go to this place often and this person's always there, and just over time I don't want to say gotten close, because it's not someone you see outside of that place, if it makes sense. It's just someone that you encounter at a very specific place that you interact with, maybe even daily, but you've never gotten to know them beyond that surface level interaction. Well, maybe you talk about your family. You might have gotten deeper into detail, like you might talk about your families and such, but really outside of that place you don't know that person, right? Even though you may feel like it, because you two formed a connection and you really took a liking to one another. Again, doesn't have to be romantic. I say that's because this person isn't who you think they are, and for whatever reason, I have no idea. Again, this person's very secretive. This is a general public reading. It could be anything, but for whatever reason, you not realizing who this person truly is will be to your benefit. Like when you find out who they actually are, it will benefit you in some way. Because regardless of if this specific scenario resonates or if the general messages did, that cup, that Ace of Cups, okay, whoever this shadow figure is, when they offer you that cup, whether it's romantic or any other type of opportunity, is your missing piece. Okay, if you look at the bottom right, that Ace of Cups I'm talking about, on the other side of it is a Nine of Cups. That's you. Okay, you're the Nine of Cups, content and at peace on your own, by yourself in your solo energy. But that Ace is the 10th cup I'm seeing, to complete the cycle, right? Complete fulfillment. So whatever that missing piece was, and that's why I felt that initially, they're offering you that 10th cup that you need, romantic or otherwise. Okay, and look at you in that never-ending story card. That's you flipped upside down. You don't see it coming at all. Like, you don't see it coming to the point where I can't even really see what it even is. Like, I'm feeling romantic for some of you. Others, it's going to be whatever other opportunity. Like, I can't really see clearly what this is, pile one. And that's intentional. You know, like I said, maybe if this were a personal reading, I'd be able to dig deeper if spirit would allow me to. But right now, I'm not supposed to see whatever this is. And again, if it's a romantic offer, then obviously you know that, or you still won't see it coming. But there's something brewing in the background, and it's a very specific person, and you don't realize and you don't see it coming. But I do see that whatever it is, it's something that's going to be healed, restored, resolved, whatever situation, and it's centered around this person. Okay, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but hopefully it does resonate. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, pile 2, surprise gifts or blessings coming in soon. So before things even started, like before I even laid out the pile, there was energy coming in, and it just feels like you've reached a certain point of stagnation, but not like, it's kind of bad, but it's not really stagnation in terms of you stalled, even though like you have stalled, but it's not like, okay, let me describe it better. So it's a period of stagnation after reaching some sort of accomplishment. Like, you've reached a certain level and you're almost in an energy of what's next, right? Like, there was a goal or some sort of thing that you've accomplished, and it's been very beneficial to you and prosperous for you, I feel, but you either have or are stepping into an energy of stagnation of, okay, I've reached this point that I wanted to elevate myself to. Now, how do I go further? What next? And I'm going to go into that energy because I can already see it in the cards. But I also feel like this is my pile of skeptics. And I felt that as I was shuffling, like, prove it to be. Like, I kept hearing somebody say, well, ooh, do a reading for me. Let me see if you can really pick up on my energy. Like I kept, for whatever reason, feeling that. And that's okay. I welcome skeptics. You know, if it doesn't resonate, sorry, but hopefully it does. Hopefully I pleased the skeptics that selected this pile, because since I've been doing these readings publicly, I haven't had that energy. I've never felt that energy in one of these general readings. So someone new is about to click this video and select pile 2, kind of just trying to see if it's going to resonate. And I have a feeling that most of you, it will. If not, it doesn't mean you should continue to be a skeptic. I mean, you can, but maybe find a reader that resonates. But a lot of you, most of you that click this pile and you're a skeptic and you know you came into this thinking that way, messages came through specifically for you so that you would, I guess, believe. Not that it's my job to make you. You'll believe what you want, but that's just very interesting that this energy is coming through. So initially, and I have lots of water energy here, specifically Pisces, like Pisces and Cancer. Doesn't have to be your sign. It could be, you could have those placements, but it's more an energy of healing in terms of Cancer and dreams, which is Pisces, right? So with these two full moon cards, you've got the full moon in Pisces, the full moon in Capricorn. Like I said, there's a fruition of dreams, an accomplishment of something. But it wasn't easy at all with that Capricorn card. So it took lots of hard work, tough lessons, very difficult and unfair circumstances in your life, as well as the people around you, right? Because you've got orphaned in reverse and to be fair in reverse as well. Now, where you come from, where you grew up, that's key. Okay? Because at the end of the pile, you've got no place like home and Six of Cups. That's past energy. That's home energy, roots, right? Foundations. Not only did you encounter unfair and difficult circumstances in your past, but there are currently people at home in your past energy living that energy, right? Like there's people currently living your past back home, right? That's the energy. And everything is centered in this pile around this energy of revisiting your past, again, your roots. There's lots of masculine energy in this pile. And if you don't identify that way, if you identify as feminine, you've had to be very active and masculine in your approach to life, okay? To be respected, to be successful. And I see very clearly that successful you are. I picked up on it as I was shuffling. You've reached a point of success where you're almost stagnant. What's next, right? If you haven't reached that point yet, you're nearing it. But again, this is a general public reading. It's not personal. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But again, that Pisces energy. Look at the moon dreams, like the moon rules dreams and everything, right? At that moon card, look what's straddling it. Look at the two cards on the opposite sides of it. You've got two, Wheel of Fortune, right? Two of them. That's rare. I use two different piles. There's only 3 cards from one deck, and there's 5 from another. I think there's 78 cards in each deck, and you got 2 Wheel of Fortunes. That is rare, but that's how rare the opportunities you came across were as well. That's how rare it is for you to, people like you, right, to succeed. You needed 2 Wheel of Fortunes, be twice as good to get where you are. Because people that come from that no place like home, Six of Cups energy, don't typically reach the levels that you have or are nearing, right? So you're reaching a point where you can assist these people still living in your past energy and influence them. And you're trying to figure out the best way to use your prosperity, fortunate circumstances, and influence to help the people back home, whatever home means to you. Okay? These people that life and the world hasn't been fair to, because you don't want to abandon them, which is why orphaned reverse, right? Because orphan would be abandonment. Reversal, it's saving people that have been abandoned, right? Again, 2 Wheel of Fortunes. And if you look all the way to the left, you have the cave. You made it out of that cave and those people are still there. Okay? But a new start is coming because you have the new moon card. It's underneath the bridge, and that's relevant, that positioning. Again, I just laid them out as I flipped them over. I didn't structure them. I don't like to move them because I feel like that compromises the integrity of the reading. I just kind of let them lay as they came out, in the order they came out. But that's the order they naturally came, which is why, again, that moon being straddled by those two Wheel of Fortunes is very relevant as well. You have a very rare opportunity. I know you've already had that. I know you've had a certain privilege. There was a certain opening in that cave that you made it out, right? That was rare. Maybe the rare opportunity is that. Well, it is, because it puts you in this position, but you have another very rare opportunity coming in that is unique to you. This is something that only you can do, because you not only acquired this energy of the Wheel of Fortune cards, the two that you have, you also embody it. So, what do you do when you reach that level of success? When you've been blessed with two Wheel of Fortunes on your pile, you've been that fortunate, right? What you will do, because again, you're still trying to figure that out. What you will do once you reach this level of success, if you haven't already, will completely change the circumstances of the people left in that cave that are currently living in your past energy, those back home. So here we go. Look at the cave, because that's where I'm starting. People still in the cave. You've made it out of the cave. You've got the thread. You've got the fault line. You've got the bridge, right? That unfair situation, to be fair reversed, is that there is a crack in that bridge. The fault line, right? That's a crack in that bridge. And that is the bridge that crosses you over to the land of fortune. There's a crack in it. Those people in that cave can't make it across that bridge, right? Now, you're either waiting to hear back or waiting for a way to fix this crack in the bridge, because I feel like you have an understanding of what this crack is. Even if you don't know exactly what's causing the crack, you see the crack, that it's there. You have an understanding that it needs to be fixed at a minimum, right? So you're either waiting to hear back or waiting for a way to fix this crack in the bridge to get to these abandoned people. And it's coming, okay? If you look in the tarot cards, Father of Wands, you've got the Three of Wands, which is almost like waiting for something, like you kind of did what you needed to do and you're waiting for it to come in. And then you've got the Father of Cups, which is why I'm feeling like some of you may be Cancer, Pisces, possibly even Scorpio energies, but you're stepping into that Father of Wands energy of being very active towards this cause or situation. And you have a wand, right? King of Wands. You have the needle. That is the wand. The wand is the needle, right? Now, right above it, there's the thread. There's the thread to mend that fault line, that crack in the bridge, so that those in that cave can cross the bridge too. That's again why the Orphan card is reversed, because they haven't been. Okay, so general message for you, pile number 2, is that you've either been or will be blessed enough to bless others soon. And this will be a permanent shift in circumstances. Like that Wheel of Fortune card does not play. And not only do you have one, you've got two. So the Wheel of Fortune changes it flips the fortune, right? It can be bad in some instances, but I'm reading it as very positive in this instance. And you've got two of them. You are permanently shifting the circumstances for those you will touch in that cave. Like, it's not a handout or a donation, though you may do that as well. But this sounds almost like, not almost, it is knowledge and skill based. The analogy of teach a man to fish analogy. So you're repairing the crack in the bridge so that they can cross over. You're not simply giving them what they're lacking. You're teaching them how to create it themselves as well, right? Because again, King of Wands with that needle, you're threading the fault line to make the bridge whole again. Okay? That is what is coming in for you, because I feel like this will bring you lots of peace, pile number 2, because I feel like it's weighing on your mind. It probably always has, and it's going to mean a lot to you. So your blessing gift coming in is the gift of paying it forward, paying it backwards, right? Going back where you came from to the people that are currently living your past, your history, so that they too can aspire to be what you are or are becoming. All right? So if this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, pile 3, surprise gifts and blessings coming in soon. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm very excited for you because the energy is off the charts. I'm not even gonna lie, I hate doing this. I do not want to do this, but I'm gonna give you timelines. Now, this is a timeless video, so I'll develop how it affects you if you see this beyond this time period, but you get time periods, pile 3, because Spirit is crazy and wants to give it to you, which is rare because I don't like to do that. Very specific date that is important, whether or not you see something occurring on that day. Halloween 2020. I'm going to tell you why. That Moonology deck, and is very relevant to why you have Believe in the Impossible, that blue moon card, all the way at the top. Yes, Halloween, there is a blue moon. But also, when I split the Moonology deck, which was the first one that I used for this pile, one side had that card, that blue moon card, Believe in the Impossible, and the other side had that card that is the full moon in Taurus. I think it's Your Dreams Need a Practical Plan. So now that's very relevant because on Halloween, and I fact checked it, so yeah, there is a full moon in Taurus, which is also a blue moon. Now that's not a coincidence that that's what happened, but I still moved on. I wrote it down in my little sticky note, and I kept it pushing. I started the shuffle, flipped the cards out. Once I pulled the 3 that are there in the mix of the pile, I tried to put the Moonology deck down, and it bounced off like the top of the candle holder or something, and I picked it up, and at the bottom, guess who was sitting there? That darn blue moon card. So I'm like, you want to be in this spread, I'm going to put you in the spread at the top, since you would like to be an overview, strong energy of some sort. So I put it in, and that's crazy because this is the last pile. This is the 3rd pile. So the decks were very good and shuffled because I share decks, and cards were also missing. So what are the odds of that 3rd pile's Moonology cards aligning perfectly with the upcoming moon transits? Okay, because like I said, Halloween, we have a blue moon, which is a full moon in Taurus, which was the first split for this pile. Now, if you come across this beyond that timeline, I can see very clearly that Taurus, Scorpio season are very heavy energies. So, like I said, it's still a timeless reading. Everyone develops at their own pace in their own time. So when you come across this video, like May, October, November, like that's the cycle. Something initiated during Taurus season, when the sun is in Taurus, that is going to complete or come to some sort of fruition in October, November. Okay? That's the timelines I see for you whenever you come across this video. But those that are here currently as I'm uploading it, or before it passes, yeah, very clear. Spirit says this is relevant, okay? I don't like giving timelines. So when I do, the energy is strong, okay? And very clearly I see something tangible manifesting October or November 2020. Okay, I'm saying it like that to emphasize the year. For those of you watching it now, like if you're watching it now, this year. Maybe it'll come next year this time for some of you, but a lot of you, I mean, I'm saying October, November this year because sometimes it can be October, November next year, especially if you see it beyond the time period. But the transits they used to make sure that I understood October, November are 2020 moon phases. Like 2020 is when there is a blue moon, full moon in Taurus. And that was the first message right off the bat. So get excited because it's coming. Yeah, so some of you, this gift or blessing coming in is going to be the fruition of something, but most of you, it'll likely be related to the initiation of something, because I'm seeing this is either something you consciously thought was impossible for you, or something beyond your wildest dreams in a good way. So like when I say beyond your wildest dreams, I mean like that you've been limited in your perception of your possibilities, and Spirit is about to show you this. Okay? Like this is a rare, once in a literal blue moon opportunity or gift. And like this is a once in a lifetime situation. So like I said, blue moon desperately wanted to be in this spread. So that's the symbolic of believing the impossible, it being a rare opportunity, but also that time frame that blue moon is happening, which is October, November of 2020. So like I said, key theme here, Scorpio season, because you even have like the new moon in Scorpio card, you know, which is also relevant, that new moon in Scorpio. So because that's happening during Scorpio season, like that's going to happen in October, mid-October. And when I went to fact check the dates on the new moon in Scorpio, like to see what part, because again, it's mid-October. But when I checked that, tons of articles came up about that full moon in Scorpio we had earlier this year. And basically, when looking up those dates, I was reminded that the last super moon, you see we have that card there, that super moon card, the last super moon we had was the full moon in Scorpio. That's interesting. That's what I mean by these timelines are off the charts. It's rare that I get very clear, distinct, no questions asked. It's not a maybe, it's a this is the timeline. So that last super moon, and it was the last super moon of 2020, but it was the full moon in Scorpio. And I found that out when I went to fact check the new moon in Scorpio, which obviously is in October just because of how moon phases happen. But I just want to see the date. So you've got blue moon, which is happening in October in Taurus, which that card was in the first cut. You've got super moon, which the last super moon we had was the full moon in Scorpio back in May. And then you've got new moon in Scorpio, which is October. Now the full moon in Cancer is just there to double down on that importance of the moon phase energy, because Cancer rules the moon. And it also says a personal issue reaches resolution. So this is making sure that you understand that something's coming into fruition soon. So that's why that Cancer card is there. But I mean, I'm actually really amazed at this timing of everything. So, and I hope that this isn't confusing, because the moon phases can be if you're not familiar with them. But again, we got the last super moon of 2020 was the full moon in Scorpio back in May. So whatever happened in May, that cycle is ending, manifesting, transitioning, coming October, November, if that makes sense. That's the whole purpose. But the cards are crazy So whatever it, like again, just to clarify, whatever you planted, released, began during that May full moon in Scorpio, last super moon energy, whatever it was you were releasing, working on, building, planting, whatever your focus was on during that time period, this blessing gift will be related to it in some way. Okay? Because the gift coming in is something you cleared space for back then. Like you shifted your energy focus back in May, and only you know what that is. Okay? So with that full moon in Cancer, a change in the wind, and then you even have exchanging gifts in reverse. Oh wow. This is some, okay, you were nurturing a situation that wasn't giving back in return. Now, some of you removed yourself from a long-term situation that embodied this energy of you giving too much and not receiving much in return. Some of you initiated a project that required a lot of energy, knowing that it would be some time before you'd see a return on that investment. This all happened back around that last super moon, or maybe during those transits of super moons, right? Beginning of the year, first part of the year, you were working on these things. Basically, come October, November, you'll see that the decisions you made, the actions you took, you know, again, releasing, initiation, all of that was worth it. Okay? So that May specifically, honestly, that whole first period of the year, but specifically May, October, November cycle is very key, okay, for you. This gift or blessing is definitely very much so related to your life path and where you're meant to go, what you're meant to do in this life. So you've got the poet and the mystic. You've got lots of very spiritual cards. You've got the Hierophant, the High Priestess, even the Hangman. Like, you're being led to this, whether you realize it consciously or not, because I feel like some of you are consciously aware and have the foresight of this gift blessing manifesting, because you've laid some type of foundation for it, even if you think it's impossible or not quite realistic. Others of you have been blindly led by spirit, and you have no idea that it's coming up. Like, everything will click when it finally hits you in October, November. Okay? Not only will this gift blessing come as something you gain, it'll also clear out the issues you've been facing related to whatever the situation, thing, project, relationship is. Okay? Because you've got a change in the wind. You've got a personal issue reaches resolution. You've got work through your fears. Wow, lots of anxiety and fear surrounding this pile, because you've got emotions running high. You've got the Ten of Cups, which is a lot of emotions, and then you've got the Nine of Swords, which is anxiety and not sleeping. Make sure you get enough rest, okay? Because you want to be the best version of yourself when you start reaping the rewards and the benefits of this situation, okay? When it all comes in, you want to fully be able to enjoy it without being exhausted. All right? Because this is not going to be some inner peace, internal blessing. There's no way. This is tangible in some way, and it's going to manifest externally in your world, even if it manifests as a message or an opportunity. You've got the Father, which is external, active energy. You've got the Stone, which is solid, stable foundation. You've even got the two tarot cards on each end, the Hierophant. Like, that is the physical, structural manifestation of what spirituality would be. That's like a physical manifestation of spirit in the way that I'm going to read it right now. Like, it's structural, it's institutional. And then you've got the Page of Pentacles, which is a plan or messages related to the material, physical world. Okay? So they came in quickly. It's a lot. It's not very specific in terms of me telling you what you've been working on. But honestly, you know what you were doing in May. You know what you were doing in May. You know what you were doing the first part of the year. Most of you have been actively manifesting that first part of the year. So whatever it was, whatever you released, whatever you planted seeds for, you're going to start seeing the benefits come October, November. So whatever that is, okay? And make sure you get proper rest and drink more water, because I feel like you aren't hydrated. So drink some water, okay? Yeah, so get in and make sure you're at full strength, because you're going to have, this is going to be something coming in physically. It's not, like I said, even if it's just messages or opportunities presented to you, you're not going to be able to, this isn't a, oh, I finally reached some internal peace. You are going to harvest something physically. Okay? So, you know, if this gets a little confusing, I know sometimes I go through the messages really quickly. Just kind of rewind it a little bit and slow it down, because I also don't want to drag and make these super duper long. So just, you know, especially when it comes to the moon transits, look up the moon transits from the first part of the year, you know, that month of May specifically, and what's coming up in October and November, and you'll see what I mean about the cards that I reference and how they're coming up as very specific timelines for those of you that are watching this in that time period of me uploading it before these transits happen in, let me say, in 2020. And those of you that may watch this beyond that point, that Taurus, Sun in Taurus until the Sun of Scorpio cycle, right? When the Sun is in Taurus, something is going to start. If it hasn't, by the time that the Sun gets to Scorpio, you'll begin seeing the benefits of that groundwork. Okay? That's how you apply it in a timeless manner. So that's all I have for you, pile number 3. If this resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.